Friend, I'm tired. I know I look tired. Today was grocery day. I had the kids help with the first half. So we went to Meijer, and then I had to go to Costco. But in the middle of that, Boo called and wanted lunch. Him and his friend that drive trucks together were at the parking spot, and they were hungry. So I had to stop, pick them up something to eat, take it to the truck stop. And when I got there, the kids wanted to stay with Boo and go to work with him for the rest of his workday. So I lost my help with going to Costco, and they did bring in the majority of the groceries from Meijer. But I'm mad because I wore my favorite hoodie, and the meat, the ground beef was bleeding through. The blood was dripping through. Got on my favorite hoodie. So right now I have hydrogen peroxide soaking on the spots. It's another beautiful day. It's like 60 degrees. Gorgeous. I did want to go out because I got these seeds to put in my pots. It's a good time to put them in February. Is this reversed? Oh, I hope it's not. Oh, it's just upside down. So, no, it is reversed. Oh well. But I'll put, if it shows up reversed I'll put it what it is. But the pots I want to put them in, let me lock these dogs up. The pots I want to put them in. Are the pots that I have. Oh, I'm pointing, you can't even see. Are the pots that I have along the fence right there. Now, along the fence I had sunflowers, and then the other three were peppers. And I had a thing with Charlotte, that big old, I think it was it was in the orb spider family. So I kind of just want to put flowers back there now. I've been talking for 5 minutes and I didn't hit record. This is my seed starting kit from last year. So I have the tray, the cells, it's self-watering, so the bottoms of the cells, the tops. Ooh, look at that glass door. Ain't that filthy? Life of having dogs. They jump up on that glass and do that. Anyway, and the grow lights that go on the lids. These are the containers that I have my seeds in. I got these from the Dollar Tree. This was like $1.50, and then I think this was like $6 at the time. Might be $7 now. Super dusty. Last year, let's see, put this down. Last year, me and a friend did too much and too little, mislabeled, all kinds of stuff. We are vowing to do better this year. Now, I talked with Fran and I told him what I was going to grow as far as seed starting and what he was going to grow. And he's already messed up. But I told him that I was going to grow the collard greens, the cabbage, and the broccoli as far as seed starting cool weather plants. He was going to do the beets, the cauliflower, and he does his kale and things like that. But just so things don't get mislabeled, right? He's already started some broccoli. He already has sprouts. He started weeks ago. I'm behind. But this year we plan on being more intentional of what we grow in accordance to what we eat. I guess it's good that Friend started the broccoli and I didn't, because broccoli is not a mainstay for my family and only I eat it. But for today, we are going to start, I said all that foolishness. I'm going to start cabbage and collard greens since Friend already did broccoli. And I don't really. First cell, let's get the soil in there. Yeah, no. probably gonna be all kind of fungus gnats in the soil. Let's do all the messy parts. That's gonna be for the collard greens. I think one of the things I messed up on last year was because I split some of these up. Look at this wood in there. Where I might have had like 2 rows of collard greens and 2 rows of cabbage in the same tray, and that was too much and too confusing. We're not gonna do that this year. All right, so cabbage, collard greens. If I do split these trays, I'll do with something obvious. Like I'll do beans. I'll split beans and I don't know, something that doesn't look like beans when it grows up. What I'm not doing this year, I'm not doing loofah. I love how the plant looked though. I'm not gonna lie, I loved how the plant looked draped over my shade tent. But what in the world was that? I feel like that was I don't know what that was, but it was juicy when I popped it. It's just, it's not beneficial. We're growing with purpose, and that took up a lot of space. So in the area that grows over my shade tent, I think I'm just gonna have that be morning glories. Either morning glories or, yeah, morning glories for sure. Let me clean off this tray because I am gonna moisten the soil. Fill these up with water. I feel like the tray that I have in my shade tent outside was the tray that actually goes with these. Let's try this. See how well it soaks up water if I do it this way. Now let's do it from up top. Yeah, for sure that tray that I have outside belongs to this. For sure. I think it should only need grow lights, maybe for the first week. So the lid. And then once this starts to sprout, I could take the grow lights off. Squashes, peppers. Let's try it here. Oh, the milkweed seeds. Milkweed. All right, I know I got collard green seeds in here. Another thing I have a hard time with is when I have a lot of sprouts, I can't thin it out. I gotta keep them on. This is what the cabbage seeds look like. And also don't mind my nails. I'm just gonna put 1 seed in each one. Some of these decided it wanted to have 2. Oh. Cabbage. Found one. Okay, I'm gonna try to stick to 1 per. So while I'm doing this, do I have any Bridgerton or Game of Thrones friends out there, because I have been in TV heaven. Bridgerton, the second part of the season came out yesterday. I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning looking at the last 4 episodes, baby. Queen Charlotte and Lady Danbury had me balling. Like, Francesca and Lord Kilmartin had me bawling. Oh, I was just bawling, big softy. And then the whole thing with Duncan Egg and the Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Sidebar. I'm sorry if you don't like Game of Thrones, but I have gone on a tangent and I see my battery's gonna die. House of the Dragon is dragon. Like, they stretched that storyline out and changed so much. It's just boring. You know, like, Damon is one of my favorite characters, and having him at Harrenhal acting like Scooby-Doo and Ghost for 2-3 episodes. But A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, that saved it for me. It left me wanting longer episodes and more, but they got straight to the point of what was the climax of the season. The storytelling, the acting, everything. And I don't even want to spoil it if anyone hasn't looked at it yet, but like, I know what deaths are coming, how they're going to die and all that. I know the books. If I don't even think I've shown you my closet a long time ago. I have the books. But still, when they portrayed the deaths, oh my God. It still was like, no, because you like a character, and that's thing number one. You never get too attached to a character in Game of Thrones. You just don't do that. Anyway. Hopefully I can finish this before my battery dies. Collard greens. I'm gonna start tomatoes. This is a must. Black cherry tomatoes was my jammy jam last year. Let's see. My friend is doing the beefsteak tomatoes. So, and I'm gonna do some, where you at? Best Boy tomatoes. Especially because I want to use up these seeds. And camera, don't die. Don't die on the camera. Shoot. Well, I could only do one row of Best Boy. That was all that was left in there. That's funny. Okay. We transplant these in May. I wonder if I would have did better growing my tomato plants in the water jugs. Well, of course my phone I'm so used to using my phone. Of course my camera went dead. It went dead. So while it was charging, I took the opportunity, let's see. I started doing some stuff, but I put, most of the groceries away. But I also decided, if you see here, to go ahead and start this container. I still gotta get the sticker off. But basically what I did was I used an X-Acto knife, cut around the lid, but I left the hinge so you can open and close it. And I cut drainage holes at the bottom, and I put soil in there, and I wet the soil because I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and put my tomatoes in here and be done with it, basically. So I need to get a better thing at the bottom to catch the water. So what I'm gonna do is, because I only had 3 Best Boy seeds, I'm just gonna pop out, because the seed should be at the top. Put them in here. And should be enough for all three. And then I'm gonna put this in a south, probably in one of my south facing windows. Otherwise, it'll go in east facing where I usually have these. My backyard is west, north, south. No. West facing? Yeah. If I'm wrong, I'll, change it. But anyway, so yeah, I went ahead and did this. But I gotta see how to get this to close better. I don't know, I might just tape it closed. And I'm gonna get a better tray and bottom water it, probably. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Tomatoes. I'm gonna hold off on these cherry tomatoes because I think I'm gonna grow them the same way. So I'm gonna hold off on these, but I'm gonna leave them out because I am gonna grow them. Then I changed the setting on my camera. I'm playing around with this more, so let's see how this looks. Of course, I ran out of memory, had to fix that. Anyway, I did this row. It's called Big Jim Chili Peppers. So I did that. Basil. Will be Sugar Daddy peas. I got Sugar Daddy peas and Sugar Baby watermelon. So with the Sugar Daddy pea, the first truly stringless pea pod pea. Resist pottery mildew. With my garden last year, that was a big problem. So that's a plus. And peas leaf roll virus. The vines get up to 24 inches or 2 feet. Sow in average soil in full sun in early spring for first crop, in late summer for fall, or plant in late summer for fall crop. Sow seeds 2 inches apart. So we started them here, so we'll see how they go. I mean, it transplanted pretty well. So sugar in this row. Be watermelons. I will not be trellising my watermelons. Sugar Baby. And I like Sugar Baby watermelons because my growing season isn't super long. Not long enough for regular sized melons. I mean, I'm sure it can be done, but I've had pretty good success with Sugar Babies. So with Sugar Babies, it takes like 5 to 10 days to germinate. This is an heirloom variety. It's an early season variety that's high in vitamin A, B, C. Let's see. Sow seeds 4 weeks before transplanting outdoors or once frost has passed. Sow a few seeds over a hill, 9 to 12 inches tall. So that's if I'm sowing direct sow. But as you see, I'm starting indoors. On this graph, it looks like, I know y'all not in there throwing up. Direct sow starting in March. We gonna start this in the house. All right. This is done. And then this one, I'm actually gonna try some flowers, to be honest with you. I got those milkweed seeds from my neighbor, and I really do want to plant them because butterflies love them. The problem that I'm having with actually getting them planted, they get ugly. When it comes to fall time, they get ugly and they spread everywhere. It's just, I'm not sure if I want that in my backyard because I'll have milkweed everywhere and I'll be constantly pulling it up. So that's been one of the reasons why I haven't really went full in on the milkweed. I'm gonna do this whole tray of marigolds. All right, so my next step is to get this in my window. The heating pad. This is so not the tray for it. These lights. All right, now let me try to figure out how I'm gonna set this up in my other room. All right, so I brought a table that I had over there, put it here, and I put them on there, and then I had the other thing there. It's not getting enough light here, so I'll probably move it over so I'll get more light. But I need to get a surge protector extension so I can plug in the lights and the heating pad over there. But right now it's getting this, the sun sets in the west. Child, I don't know, I'm tweaking. Anyway, it's getting this light right here. So this window gets afternoon to evening light. So that is getting plenty of light right now until I can get it plugged in. I just, like I said, I gotta do this. But this is the setup for now. So I have the Best Boy tomatoes in there, and then I'll start another one with my black cherry tomatoes. I have a full tray of collard greens, cabbage, marigolds, and I have a row of chili peppers. I did do basil, so a row of basil, a row of sugar daddy peas, and sugar baby watermelon. This thing, so sugar daddy peas and sugar baby watermelon. So this is just what I'm starting now. Like I said, I'm trying to plant with intention. I don't want to have waste, extra, or not enough space. I want things to be able to grow big. I'm going to direct sow some things, and hopefully some things will grow back. So we'll see what happens, but thanks for hanging with me for starting this 2026 gardening season. Until next time, friends, bye. Now I got to finish cleaning up. Bye.